I'm Tom Donhou from Donhou Bicycles. Build custom hand-built bike frames and complete bikes. I get told that it's quite an understated style. I'd like to think that it's sort of obviously using traditional methods, oxyacetylene and brazing and things, but I'd like to think that sort of my style is using it in a contemporary way. I'd like to look at it as a whole rather than just a frame. The choice of parts and everything else, and the sort of the concept that you do a lot of belt drive bikes and town bikes and things where we're producing parts as well, like custom shifters and chain guards and things. I was working as a product designer, designing perfume bottles and toys for high street stores. It buzzed with my conscience a little bit in that I was just designing essentially throwaway tat. So I quit all that, and me and some friends drove to Mongolia. I had my bike in the back of the car, and once we got there we sold the car. They flew back and I then rode out across the Gobi Desert and then down through China into Southeast Asia, headed for Singapore. By the time I got to Laos, I think it was 4 or 5 months, I kind of really was set on doing this, redesigning the bike I was riding, essentially designing the perfect expedition bike. So whereas I'd been sort of zigzagging and exploring the places I was riding through, from Laos down to Singapore, I was just straight lining it to get back and start Donhou Bikes. Yeah, I kind of offer that, and they're different to the normal Donhou bikes in that they're TIG welded and powder coated, just because the nature of them is they're going to get hoofed around and thrown on boats, dropped in the desert, and you don't really need to give the same kind of finish as the sort of other custom stuff that I do. So yeah, they're fully custom, but they're TIG welded and powder coated, and so I can offer them at sort of a price that reflects the use. Customer will contact me initially with their interest. Some customers know what they want, and you're almost just a builder building their bike and just putting your mark on it. Other people come to you and have seen a bike that you've built and like, I really like that, I want my own version of that. Other people email and say, I really like what you're doing, I don't actually know what I want. Do we just talk through and figure out that maybe they'd like a sweet town bike to go out with a girlfriend on the weekend, or maybe they want a road bike to start doing some more miles on. I've got myself a sort of long haul machine. It's designed to go on the raffle rides. It's basically, that's the kind of riding that I prefer to do, sort of longer rides / touring. So it's a fast road bike with rack mounts. Building a frame is very different to being a frame builder. I think that's probably the biggest thing is, you know, a lot of people could probably spend the time to build a frame, but to actually then try and build frames for a living is a very different thing. Bespoke's been great. The first one in 2011, when I'd literally just started building frames and wasn't even going to go to it, thinking, oh, you know, I've only been doing it, not been doing it long. I don't know if I have any bikes to show. And then to turn up and get best to show for Hampus's bike, obviously was dead chuffed with that. Bespoke this year, I really love it. It's great to go down and catch up with everyone.